Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. So this is the first video with my voice, and I hope you start to love me more. Okay, just don't be alarmed. I want to devote this video entirely to how I play this character, and everything I said will only be my opinion. And I am in no way trying to say that someone is playing wrong with her. I just want to show my vision and gameplay of Kitana, so whatever. Let's go. In the first part I want to talk about her pokes, her movement, her neutral and her normals. Let's see her pokes. Her down 1, it's a 9 frame startup and it's plus 12 on the hit. That means it's jail to the 1-2, to 1 and 3-2. So this poke is really good just because the range. But up close I recommend use down 3. Down 3 it's 7 frame startup and it's plus 15. That means that's jail to all Kitana strings except back 2, because back 2 it's 17 frame startup. And the last it's down 4, and in my opinion it's the best Kitana poke. Because its startup is 10, that's okay, and it's plus 20 on block. That means if Kitana did this, you can press button. And down 4, jail, and every Kitana special move. So just make rain crouch. If we do down 4 cancel to defense, if he not gonna block, he got hit. And the other power of down 4, it's a Kitana space, because we can do whatever we want after this, like this, like this, or like this, because it's a really big advantage. It's plus 20. And my favorite thing with down 4, it's one of the best her shimmy, because we can do like this, dash, and just because it's plus 20, we still have time to do like this. And if opponent try to press something again, he will get hit. And of course, if your opponent start to respect this, you can just grab him. In the corner, it's just deadly. Look how much time we get. So I hope everyone understand why I'm used down 4 every time. Okay, let's talk about her normals. In my opinion, Kitana has just simply the best meat in this game. It's back 2, because look on the range of this, and it's still 0 on block. I think it's her best stagger and her best neutral move. If I meet opponent that really likes play the neutral, but it's so unpopular now, but whatever, I'm always scare my opponent with this move. Because the first reason, everybody weigh the full strings, and these strings it's really hard to whip punish. Just look on the advantage of this string. It's simply full screen. But we're gonna talk how much amazing the strings later. Now we just talk about natural play. And second reason why this Kitana's meet one of the best her natural move, it's because this controls space in the air too. And I want to say right away about one of the most common mistakes, which I did too in the natural. It's input full string, because you know, if your opponent jump, you get punished for this. So let's see all situation. Make rain jump with his broken kick. Okay, it's a punish. Everybody knows this. And now just let's try to catch him with just back two. It's full combo. Or sometimes you can do like this. And with upward fan toss, it's even better. That's why I like this variation the most, because it's just one of the reasons. Just look. Okay, her second normals, which one of the best natural move too, it's forward 2. And in my opinion, it's exactly her best stagger. Just because everyone know that all Kitana players stop at this and sometimes react, but this, it's -4, and this give us a little pushback. That's mean it's a distance of Kitana back 1. It's really great for whiff punish. And grab. And we're gonna talk about whiff punish later, but I will tell you in advance that forward 2, it's one of 2 Kitana stagger that make possible to whiff punish even character with a long range poke like Kitana, Cetrion and Kano, for example. Okay, forward 2 has great range. And with forward 2 it's the same situation like a back 2 if your opponent try to jump on you in the neutral. Just fast look. So you can catch him with forward 2, it's even easier than back 2, but it has more frame recovery. That means you should react on this, on the hit, and cancel to the fan lift, for example. Or also you can do conversation like this, I just will show you fast. And the same combo. And of course you can't cancel down free to the booty. I just cancel this to the fast execution. So, okay. Okay, and her exactly best natural move, it's a fan toss. Both of them. Kitana has, I think, the best projectile in this game. Just because you can do combo from this, you can control space from this, and the recovery, it's okay. Like, if we throw the fan from this distance, it's like -7. That means it's nothing. It's a neutral. The most important thing, if you wanna play Kitana, you should learn how to throw instant fan. The easiest way to do this is to throw fan from the hop. But the most optimal way to throw fan is like this. Just because if you throw fan from the back jump or forward jump, doesn't matter. You can move. That means, for example, if I wanna play keep away, I can do like this. The further we go, the more advantage we have, because on this distance, regular throw fan and instant fan, it's a plus. That means we can spam this in this distance. In other situation, if I should get close to my opponent, I will do the same. And how you can see, if we amplify instant fan, it's a really good advantage on block. And in this situation, mind game in start. And when we show opponents that we try to get close and zoning him, we got this advantage from the amplify instant fan, and we'll meet him with this or with this. I think it worked a lot of time because nobody expects this, and I don't know, maybe not a lot of Kitana's players use this, but it's a really good way to get close to your opponent. And I think every Kitana player knows that you can cancel instant fan to the ground war. Of course, if you have ground war. And this is really good damage and easiest way to get close and got your advantage to continue pressure your opponent. In the neutral, it's simply the best things because your opponent can jump on you, your opponent can't move, your opponent only can crouch or block this. And if we amplify this, it's plus 27. That means your opponent can jump on our best strings. So I really recommend play neutral with Kitana like this and meet your opponent with this. And of course, if your opponent try to jump on you, it's a free combo. And the last thing about her neutral, I wanna say again about down 4, because it's a really good thing to meet your opponent. If somebody try to get close, like Rain needs to be close with Kitana, we can meet him with this. And the most popular thing of Kitana players and me, it's down 4 into fan. It's a really good thing in the neutral, like you make your opponent respect down 4 and you get the pushback. So it's really important for Kitana to get this distance of the forward 2 and the back 2. And also I recommend just 1 or 2 times did like this, because you make your opponent respect the second fan, and that means in the next time when you did like this, your opponent gonna wait. That means you can catch him with this, or you can repeat down 4 for example, and don't lose your turn. And the next I want to talk about Kitana's movement, and it's my pain because I want so bad that they buff her backdash, because her backdash is trash. You can't use this with wave dashing, and her forward dash is pretty good, it's pretty fast. You can use the forward wave dashing, but it's not ridiculous good like other character has. For example, Rain, Melina, Sindel, Fujin, and unfortunately Kitana, I think not about crazy movement, especially on the ground. I wanna say about one specific of Kitana movement. If you wanna wave punish with her, you shouldn't do backdash, because how I said before, her backdash is trash. It's super slow and she needs time to start this. So just look on the step back and the backdash. So that's mean I'm just will show you. For example, if we try to do classic with punish with Kitana from the back 2 stagger, we will try to punish opponent for the poke. But we should do walk back. Again, we do back 2 and walk back and cancel to the back 1. Exactly, walk back, just because it's faster. If you try to cancel your backdash, it's gonna be like this. Because startup of Kitana backdash, it's too slow and it's gonna be like this. That means that your opponent still have time to react and poke you. But how we have seen it's work with every down 1 and sometimes with down 3 and down 4, but we will talk about this later. And let's talk about her air normals. Jump 1, it's really fast, really good distance. It's the best thing to meet your opponent in the air. It's 8 frame startup. If you want to jump from the neutral, you should use jump 2 because it's pretty slow, but I don't know who can anti-air her like this. It's really impossible. And her kick, it's pretty good too. It's 9 frame startup, it's not the best. But the way how she do this in the air, it's really good and also really difficult to anti-air. In the next part, I want to talk about Kitana's strings and stagger. I know that a lot of people disagree with me, but in my opinion again, all Kitana strings, it's useful. All of this. Okay, let's talk about each of them. And we start from 1, 2 and 1, 2, down 2. So let's talk about 1, 2. 1, 2 is the fastest Kitana string. Startup of the first hit, it's 8 frame. It's the best strings for punish. It's a really good jabs, but this strings easy to be micro ducking. Just because startup of the second hit, it's a 14 frame. But sometimes it's even trade with a Flavus block on the reversal. If we play with a character like Sindel, for example, or Scarlet, who has not super fast up to, that's really good. If we're gonna talk about this string as a stagger, let's start from the just standing one. And I recommend if you do this first time, just grab after this. Because next time you can bite your opponent to release block, and again it's the fastest Kitana stagger. So that's really good technique. I think that's only one Kitana stagger that you can use on the MK11's rules, like 1-1 grab, 1-1-2 grab, 1 grab. It's only this stagger work like this with her. One, two, it's really good too, just because it's -5 and we got this pushback. It means that we can do like this. Walk back and cancel to the back 1-4 and weave punish. Like this. So it's good, but I think it's not the best strings to use as a stagger. Maybe sometimes it's better to do like this after. Just because I think you have more chance to catch your opponent with the down 3 after this strings 1-2, or do like this. Just because I think it's pretty reactable. It's -5 and and the next we have full strings. It's 1-2 down 2. I think it's pretty good because it's -6 and it's unpunishable by the character who has 6 frame down 1. And again, it's pretty fast. Not everybody react to this. Other side of this, it's a create situation when you up close to your opponent. And it's pretty not super difficult to flawless block on the reversal after this if your opponent gonna poke you or do strings. Also you can guard from the grab on the reversal from the opponent, because everybody try to grab when you finish your strings, but just because it's -6, it worked pretty well, because... Okay, next. It's a back 1 3 and back 1 3 1. I think this string's one of the best. It's just simply best Kitana mid string, because her back one is her fastest mid. Okay, just make rain not flawless block everything. Okay, her back one is a just great and amazing stagger, and with this stagger you can punish every down one in the game. Just let me take a character with a long down one. Let's take, I don't know, Kitana maybe. Now it's Kitana and I will show you. Oh, you can see it worked. It worked just because the pushback after back one make it possible, how I said before. And again, you should do walk back, just little walk back and cancel to the back one. So this is case how Kitana can whiff punish down one, even this really good range down one. So back 1 3, it's a best string stagger of the Kitana because the pushback, this -5, and it's a great distance to meet your opponent with a forward 2 or back 1. But you should check your opponent, like just try to do this and look what's your opponent gonna do, because if he try to poke you, the best way to do like this or walk back and back 2, just because forward 2 sometimes every character can't I don't know, like low profile this with a poke. It's so weird, it's a meet, but yeah, Kitana like this. So I recommend meet your opponent with a back 1 or walk back and cancel to the back 2. In other situation you can use these strings like that. Throw projectile. It's pretty much safe. I think only character like Jade can punish this with a great range, but in the most case, it's unreactable, it's safe. And I can tell you more, you can trick your opponent and after this, catch him with this. So also, I recommend check your opponent after these strings like this. It's really good distance for Kitana, and make your opponent respect this stagger. This full strings just great because the pushback and it's -1. You can meet opponent with all the strings, or you can jump, or you can throw projectile, you can do whatever you want, but the last hit has flawless block gap. So just we'll make Kitana flawless block this. And this punishable, it's -11. You can use the gimmick tactics to close this gap like this, but if your opponent have enough knowledge about Kitana, he will flawless block this crouch and even can punish you for this. In this variation, only one special move is a true cover of this flawless block gap. It's like this. But I'm not recommend do this because it's super punishable, it's risky, and I don't know, it's maybe one time, but it's too risky. She has only one safe way to close this gap, it's Edenian razors, but yeah, it's not about this variation, but yeah, Edenian razors, it's a really good thing to close every gap from Kitana. To be honest, the way your opponent flawless block third hit sometimes more better for you, because you have this like ridiculous stagger, because after this you can do dash and grab, dash and back one. And I think it's a really good way to shimmy your opponent, because after dash he gonna expect grab, for example, and you can do just back one and he got hit from this. So yeah, that's really good. And I'm pretty sure everybody know about this, but maybe if somebody just start playing Kitana, back 1, 3, not connecting to the fan leaf on the mid screen. I recommend cancel this to the fan, because you got your advantage. It's plus 13 on the hit. It's still your turn. But in the corner, this string's really great. Also, back 1, 3 connect with a fast execution if you want a side switch, for example. And of course it's connect with the booty if you want to damage. Okay, let's talk about next strings. It's back 1, 4 and back 1, 4, 2. It's the same startup as last strings. It's a back 1, it's 13 frames. And these strings, okay, I should choose someone else. Like if you did back 1, 4, it's a -7, and this jail you for opponent who has 7 frame jab. Just I will show you. For example, we will take Sindel. So if you do back 1, 4, you jail yourself for the jab. Just look. And natural crunch. You see? That means that you can't crouch, you can't poke. You should expect just the way that your opponent didn't react on this enough fast. But it's still okay stagger. So these strings back 1, 4, 2, so great. It's a -4. It doesn't have flawless block gaps, so it's really good mid strings. If you end the strings, you can micro duck everything. You can flawless block on the reversal everything. So it's a really great. And if you wanna play, I don't know, like annoying your opponent sometimes, just you can do down 3 after this, because it's a 7 frame startup. That means that your opponent should have something faster than 11 frames to interrupt you. And one more way how you can use this with a character like Sindel, for example, or it's really good with Sub-Zero and the Nightwolf. I'll just will explain you. Just make Kitana do this. You can do back 1, 4, 2 and 1, 2 and cancel, for example, to the special move. Just look. So that means that I should poke her, for example. And if you did this just one time, you make your opponent poke you after this string, and you just get your turn back. Okay. The next strings is 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, and 2, 1, 4, 3, 4. So these strings starting from the standing 2. Standing 2 is great stagger, and it's a +1 on the block. So again, I recommend use this like this. walk back and whiff punish your opponent. And sometimes you can do this and grab, because in the most case, if your opponent try to poke you, your grab will catch this poke. If we talk about 1-2 strings, I'm not sure that it's good as a stagger, because I'm not sure that you will use a lot the full strings like this or like this to make your opponent respect this, and it's still -7, so it's pretty reactable. Okay, full strings, it's a 2-1, 2-2. It's a really good strings because it's -6. It's still really good for the micro docking and flawless block on the reversal. And of course the chip damage from the strings really good, because the strings has 6 hits. But how you can see, sometimes third hit just miss. Yeah. Okay. And 2-1, 4-3, 4. These strings I'm not recommend to microdog because it's -7. That means it's jail for the 7 frames jabs, but still good for the reversal, flawless blocks, and that's all. And I think this strings really cool for the finish your combo. It's also great damage. Just let me show you. Okay, the next is the best Kitana strings. It's a back 2, 3, 1, and back 2, 3, 1, 3, 4, 3, and back 2, 3, 1, down 2. It's the best Kitana string. It's the most damaging strings to if you want to cancel to the special move. The strings beginning from the back 2, we talked about this before. I think this strings is really good to stagger. It's like still -5. You can grab your opponent after this. You can do down 3. Because sometimes people waiting for the overhead, so it's a really good. You can jump after this and continue your pressure, for example like this. So it's a lot of ways. The next strings, it's back 2, 3, 1, 3, 4, 3. This strings is, I think it's my favorite because it looks great. But how you can see, sometimes not all kick happen. It's so weird, but yeah, Kitana has a lot of problem with this. And sometimes, especially in the corner, the last kick with, not with Sindel, but with character like Gyros, it's with. You can just have a full combo punish from the opponent, so it's weird. Also is really great for the cheap damage because the string has 7 hits, so it's really good. And I recommend use the strings because you should make your opponent respect the back 2, 3, 1 stagger. So you should use this as like back 1, 3, 1, down 2. This string has a crushing blow, but also has a flawless block gap. It's -17, it's exactly full combo punish, but I didn't meet a lot of people who flawless block this because it's so risky, and even if you flawless block this, the strings has a really weird block stance, so sometimes your opponent just miss the punish. So yeah, you should use this full strings too, and this -7 too. And we're gonna talk now about forward 2 2 2, forward 2 3 4. So forward 2 2 strings beginning from forward 2. It's 15 frames startup, and we talked about before how it's good. And I think it's a pretty well strings to get the cheap damage, because it's just something awesome. And get close to your opponent, because it still have a really good advantage. And I don't know who can whiff punish this. Maybe again character like Jade, but yeah, that's really good. And it's still safe. It's -7, and it's okay to do flawless block on the reversal. And also it's really good to finish your combo with a big damage, or for example combo without meter, like this. Good to finish combo like flawless block or with a big gravity scaling, because if you catch opponent with forward 2, full strings will happen guarantee. So let me show you. So forward 2 3 4 strings, this strings is really good, it's really useful. It's still -7 and beginning from forward 2. But when Kitana end the strings, we got a little pushback. So that's mean sometimes your opponent need to dash, for example, to grab you, and not every poke can reach you, so it's really good sometimes to end with this. I think the strings is the best for whiff punish, just because it's pretty fast. It's pretty good range, and she beats with a fan in front of the body. Just look. And even if we missed with the first hit, these strings, it's advantage on the full screen, so it's so hard to whiff punish Kitana when she do the string. So I think, yeah, this string the best. Okay, let's try whiff punish something difficult, like Sindel, forward full up 3. Try something like this. So yeah. So these strings, forward 2 3 4. Has flawless block gap too, but it's unpunishable on block. But if your opponent do the wake ups, yeah. And the next we have 3 2 and 3 2 1 2 strings. I think it's the most underrated strings of Kitana, and I will try explain you and show you why. If we talk about the strings as a stagger, I think it's not good, but it's not bad. Like, it's -6 and it's not super close. But the best you can do, I think, it's a poke, or you can do hop with a fan. And of course, if you like the strings and you use this like this in the match, full strings, that's 3 2 1 2. Maybe your opponent gonna respect after this, but again, I think it's not the best for stagger. Why I think this strings is the most underrated? Just because she has some cool stuff with the strings from the low crush, like this animation when she make her leg up and dash forward and punch. It's really good to cover options when we try to stagger out the opponent, for example with the back 2. Let me choose somebody with a good box. Just make Shang Tsung press something like this. So that's what I'm talking about. This strings is really good, and I will show you with other character exactly. And it's even not difficult to hit confirm, because the second hit's pretty slow, so you can react to this. And it's really cool mind game with Kitana. Like, you can bite your opponent to do down 1 and we punish with back 1. You can bite your opponent, do down 4 and punish with a 3-2. Oh, let's make Shang Tsung do back 3 up 4 strings. Try Nightwolf. Just make Nightwolf mesh like this. Okay, let's try Kun Lao for the last, because it's the most annoying down 3 of the game. It's pretty good. And okay, let's try with punish down 4 with Kun Lao. Just in the last strings of Kitana, it's a back 3-4. This strings is really good, and I think also back 3, it's a really good stagger, because it's still -4 and the pushback. That means we can do our favorite work with Kitana. It's a whiff punish. Full strings, it's -7. It is not good, but still okay. And this string is special cancel. But I think in this Kitana's variation, it's just a gimmick. If you cancel to the fan, for example, it's work really well if you play Highborn. So no, okay, not Highborn, just with Edenian Razors. But in this variation, yeah. And this strings also has a Flawless block gap too. Second hit, still safe on block. In the mid screen, these strings, it's not super useful, just because you can cancel full strings to the fan lift, but you can cancel first hit like this. It's not good just because it's hard to confirm one hit. It's not hard, I think it's impossible, especially online. So, for example, you can confirm this like this. Or if you have a low fan toss, you can confirm. If we're gonna talk about this string in the combo, it's pretty well, like you can also use this in the corner, like it's pretty good damage. And special in the corner, you can confirm this to the fan lift, but it works with only male characters like this. And one important thing that you should know, back 3-4, don't connect to the fatal blow in the mid screen. In the corner, it works pretty well. In this part, I want to talk about Kitana's projectile and why I think it's the best projectile from the MK11. The first thing, its advantage on the hit. On this distance it's plus 25. That means if we play neutral or like this, if you throw fan and it got hit, you can cancel this to the booty. Like I told you before, you should do this 1 or maximum 2 times to make your opponent respect this advantage of the fan. If you throw this close like this, it's plus 14, but I not recommend to catch your opponent with the back 2 3-1, because it's plus 14, your opponent still has time to jump and you get punished for this. On this distance I recommend do like this, dash and this string. Just because it's plus 14, your opponent still have time to jump, but if he gonna jump after fan, you catch him exactly on the distance with this string that you can cancel to the fan bait. So of course it's all about timing and the connection, but it works pretty well in the whole case. Let's see on this distance. I recommend check with this, because Kitana still can't reach opponent, and if he try jump, she will catch him with this. And like we talked before, you can catch him with 1-2 or down 3. If you cancel down 3 to the fan, I recommend do dash to make your opponent shimmy, and back 1-4. Or it's better do back 1-3, special in the corner. In the corner it works deadly, just because if you did like this, it's jail. Just look. Okay, let's try this. And yep, it jail to the standing 1. If you have upward fan toss, it's work pretty well in the corner and even more advantage. It's plus 13. That means if you cancel, your opponent should respect back 1, and even better, it's a meet. Okay, let's talk about fan as a zoning tools. But I recommend draw fan not only in the neutral, on full screen too, because we can have situation like this. It's really good because, for example, if Kun Lao try to jump over fan, let me show you if it's gonna happen. If we talk about close, you can do like this, like this, like this. If we're gonna look on the upward fan toss, the one is the reason why I like upward fan toss. It's because it's a really great control of the space. Especially when you play with enough tall character like Kun Lao, for example, and look on the plus frame on the block. It's plus 23. That means he should respect our jumping, he should respect our back 1, he should respect our back 2. And if you're still confused of the distance which upward fan toss hit, you can cancel back 1-3 to the upward fan toss. It's always hit. In the most case, opponent can only poke you in this moment, but it's not a big deal like this. Sometimes you can cancel down 4 into upward fentos. It works pretty well too, but in between, if opponent has a good advantage jab, he gonna interrupt you with this. But if he's continue to respect, you just got your plus 22. And one more really great Kitana's tool at Air Fentos. We talked before about plus frames from this. It's plus 6, it's really good. And for example, you can do like this. Plus 1, that means that your mid gonna be 12 frames and your high gonna be 7 frames. Or you can do like this. It's plus 2. It's more, even better. So we can create really good mind game because, for example, you can do like this and grab. You can do like this and poke and grab after this too. You can do like this and continue your pressure, for example. And really, in the most case, opponent just didn't expect this. So yeah, it's really good. And if Kun Lao don't block this, we get plus 24. That's mean we can do whatever we want with him. And from the kick we can do full combo. Like this, or... So yeah, Kitana's fans are really great. You should use this more. Okay, now it's turn of the fan flutter. This ability really great to catch opponent with bite him to whiff punish like this or like this. It works pretty well, but I think it's pretty risky to do this because if opponent know the matchup, like let's control the Kun Lao. So if you're gonna do like this, your opponent always can't interrupt you. But you should know one more things. If you jump like this, second hit, not jail, and your opponent always can't uppercut you. So if opponents know about this, you should try jump on the level of the opponent's head like this and input pretty fast. The same if you cancel the kick. You should input second hit pretty fast. A lot of Kitana players complain about flutter just because everybody can't uppercut you, but you can't use this on the way that opponent can't do this. I will try to show you. So let's try this with the Jade, because Jade has the best uppercut in MK11. So yeah, but it's not work consistently, because I think it's more false of the game mechanics, because when you do a cross jump, sometimes your opponent input strings from to other sides, so whatever. But it works even with Jade uppercuts. We have two more ways to punish opponent for uppercut. If, for example, Jade try to catch us, if she reads that we're gonna jump, we can do like this. If it works with the Jade uppercuts, it will work with every uppercuts in this game. Okay. And the second way, it's pretty good too, but it's more safe. And damage, it's not great, but just let me show you. And one more good thing with the flutter, it's good Oki. It's like if your opponent, even if it's Jade, Jade has not the best, but really good up 2. If she tried to do up 2 on the wake up, like this, we still can punish this. And it works pretty well with all wake ups, with all wake up mesh. I think it's not gonna work only with the wake up down 2, so it's really common now, but yeah. And I wanna show you something cool with Air Phantos. How we can punish and control of the space with characters, especially with the zoner. Like, let's take someone who really great and annoying on this. Okay, let's take Shang Tsung, and after this Satriel. Hey, with a character like Shang Tsung, with this hard zoning way, I want to show you one thing, how we can punish the corpse drop. Just make him do this. So it's not a really great punish, but we still get our damage, and now we close. And with the Satriel, it's really good to use flutter, just because it's counter the most of her options, like just make her zone us with air shake. Yep. And for example, if she tried to zone with this, I really recommend do these things. I'm always recommend jump back and throw a projectile. It works pretty well, not only with the Satriel, and for example, let's take Cabal. The most important thing is, how I said before, jump back. And you can do flutter, for example, if you see if it's amplified like Jade, double, air projectile, or Satriel, these fire things. So yeah, it's gonna work. And for example, with Cabal, if he will do stuff like this, and just we'll see what's gonna happen if we try to jump forward with a projectile. So in the best way it's gonna be trade, but now just we'll see what is gonna happen if we try jump back with a projectile. Yep, it works well. And how you can see, Kitana is a really great defense character, and she can cover a lot of tools and options from the all roster of the MK11. And now just let's talk about ground war, how we can use this. Of course, it's a great punish from the range unsafe things like Scorpion Spear or some projectiles like Collector, for example. And also you can use this the same way like Sub-Zero Slide, Jade Nitro Kick, and Liu Kang Flying Kick for with punish from the crouch. Just let me show you. We should choose character like Rain or Melina. Let's make Melina throw the side. So it's a punish, and it's really cool tools to punish zoning. With a character like Melina, Rain, Fujin, you should just check the frame data, and yeah, it's Kitana's booty is 30 frame from startup. It's pretty fast. And this part, I want to talk about Kitana's anti-air. I think her best anti-air is standing 1, standing 2, down 1, down 3, and standing 4. Now I try to recreate situation and explain which move you should use. Okay, just make Melina jump with her broken 1. If opponent jump from this distance in the neutral, the best way is gonna be standing 1. Down 3 not gonna work every time, how you can see, because some character like Melina has this diagonal hit from the air normals. If Melina tried to jump like this, it's still good to anti-air with standing 1. With the down 1. And if Melina tried to jump with a kick, best way to anti-air with down 3. If Melina tried to jump like this, it's really hard to enter with standing 1 because the timing is weird. And down 3 not gonna work consistently too. In this distance, I recommend to anti-air with the standing 2. Just because when she do standing 1, she put her hands forward. That means her hurt box is changed. But with standing 2, it's a little bit different. In the corner, I recommend anti-air your opponent with a standing 4 because you can easily confirm this to the fan lift or something more. Just let me show you. If you doesn't have the upward fan toss, a regular works pretty well too, just like this. Special in the corner, I think Kitana has really great anti-air combo and really great conversation. Just let me show you something cool. One more thing, even if you catch opponent with a fan and you didn't notice that you doesn't have meter, for example, you can continue from the regular fan toss in the air, just like So now we can talk about cancelling your air normals to the air fan toss, because it's an optimal way to get damage. And if you catch opponent with a jump 1 in the air, I recommend land this combo on the ground with a 3-2. Just because it's pretty close, and the optimal way to not lose a gravity and get the optimal damage is 3-2. Let's try jump 2. In this case, I recommend catch with a forward 2, 3, 4. But Your opponent can do breakaway and punish you for this. In this case, I recommend do like this. It's safe. And of course you can catch opponent with a jump kick in these two optimal ways to land this. Use forward 2, 3, 4 strings or forward 2 to make it safe. A lot of people say like Kitana has the trash uppercut. I disagree with this. Like, of course it's not the best, but she can do really good things from this. Like just we'll see. I think it's pretty well combo. Pretty good damage from the uppercut. Finally, let's talk about upward fentas as anti-air. It's simply the best. Just let's talk about Kitana's optimal strings in the combo and her scaling. So let's try something simple and choose these strings as a starter. We got this damage. So it's simple. That's mean if you catch opponent in the air, always try to continue with the standing 4. But a lot of time, standing 4 just means like this. So I have one advice to make this connect consistently, like in the corner. When you do double jump 2, you should input second hit exactly fast, like this. And it's gonna happen. If we talk about optimal damage in the combo, we should use standing 4 as much more as we can. Side switch combo, for example. Even better if you can land this. The same as combo optimal damage is fatal blow cancel. I think optimals will be like this. If you catch opponent with a fan lift, I recommend do just one hit and fatal blow, because lift scale a lot. Like this, or for example like this, the simplest way. In the same situation with optimal after lift, I think it's gonna be like this. I want to say thanks for everyone who watched this video. I hope you enjoy and learn something new for your Kitana, and yeah, you will see me later.